I don't know anything about the O effect. I don't know what that's going to do. All I know is this is a moment that I feel called for the first time in my life and career to speak up. Candidly, this is the first time I felt inspired enough that I could use my voice for something that I feel is meaningful and important for this country. And maybe if I had been, inspired 8 years ago, 16 years ago, or whatever many years before that, I would have done that. But I was, not in a position that, my voice would mean anything. And so I always feel for this film, for the work that I do on my television show every day, whatever you're going to do, let it mean something. And so for me, at this particular time, this is the right time for me. As I said to the audience in South Carolina, New Hampshire, and Iowa the other day, nobody knows the future but God. So who can I say? I can't wait 8 more years. I don't know how many are going to be here 8 more years. And he's going to be here 8 years from now, 4 years from now. Now is the moment. It's the fierce urgency of now that has me feeling compelled to speak up. That's why I did it. Because, as an American citizen, and you won't hear me talking about him on my television show, because that's not the place to do it. That's not the place to use that platform. That's a sacred platform for me. And that platform is for the audience and for shows and presenting shows to them. It's not a platform for politicizing. So you won't see me talking about him or anybody else who's running for office. But as an American citizen, I feel now is the time for me in my spare time to choose to speak up and out for him.
This movie is about the power of words. I was wondering if there's any particular speech that's been really impactful for you.
Other than the I Have a Dream speech?
Yeah.
Other than Invictus by William Ernest Henley, which I learned when I was 7 years old. Out of the night that covers me, black as a pit pole to pole, I thank whatever gods there be for my impeccable soul. That has sort of been a mantra for my life. I learned it when I was 7, memorized it, had to speak it in church. No matter how straight the gate or charged with punishment the scrolls, I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. I learned that at 7 years old. And sort of, I didn't know what it meant when I was 7, but I sure the hell know what it means now.
And what was it like working with Denzel?
Denzel is his own person. So working with Denzel is giving him enough space to do what he needs to do to get the job done. That's what it's like.
Why did you think it was important this story be told?
Because this story speaks to hope and possibility. It speaks to the thing that I love the most, is exceeding people's expectations. I love it when people underestimate me. I just love that. I just love it.
Anyone that underestimates you.
I just love it when people underestimate you and you just exceed everything they ever thought you could do. I just love that. So that's what this movie is about, is when people say you can't, you show them that you can. And everybody has an I can. Nobody has the right to tell you what you can or cannot do. Nobody has the right to say to you what is possible for you. Everybody has it inside them. And I think what this movie does is it hits that nerve for all of us. It opens just a little window of light so that when you see that happen, it's spiritual in a way. It's spiritual and emotional in a way, that it touches the part of you that believes I can. And so I don't think you can do better with art. That's what great art does.
So is that what you hope everyone takes away from it?
Well, that's what I hope. But I think, Denzel says this. Ask him the same question. He'll say people, he says he hopes people take, you will take away whatever you bring to it. But the reason why I wanted to do the film is because you've got to spend enough time doing, it takes as much time to do a bad film as it does do a good film. It's a lot of damn work. Everybody knows that. And so for me, my whole life is about inspiration, it's about hope, it's about possibilities, about getting people to see the best of themselves. And so this movie speaks to all of that. It speaks to the old genre film where you come out of it feeling better than you did when you went in.
And we know how much you love teachers and how they're such mentors.
Oh,
and
teachers are going to love this!
So what,
oh my God! Teachers are going to love this film.
And these kids are kind of in their 20s, and I know you talk a lot about finding yourself in your 20s. What do you know now that you wish you knew in your 20s, or you would want to tell the 20-somethings out there?
I would say that, that it's all going to be okay. That it's all going to be okay. What do I know now is to learn, the best thing you can ever learn is to learn to trust yourself. And that way you don't have to ever worry about learning to trust anybody else. Because if you trust yourself, you know when you can trust other people. You don't have to worry about when the 20s. Oh God.
I know. I know. I'm there right now.
He's gone and he's lied to you. And he said he was coming and he didn't show up.
He completed me, you know.
He completed. You know he does not.
He does not.
He does not. Yeah. Learn to trust yourself.
How do you get that though? How do you get to that place when you're young? I mean, you've done it so well, but how did you find that in the first place?
I was doing it when I was in my 20s. I still have all my journals from when I was 20. When I was 25. I mean, oh my God, I have all my there. It's funny to read them now. I was so pathetic. I was so pitiful. But so I wasn't there. I was searching. But you asked me what would I say to my 20-year-old self is relax. It's going to be okay. Don't worry about all the things on the outside. Spend your time now trying to go inside, go inward. I wish I'd gone inward a lot sooner. I didn't start going inward until my 30s. Yeah. So I would love to teach that stuff.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I would love to teach that stuff.
Had to do that, or
I just
the aggressive?
Let it go.
All right,
What's at the heart of this story?
What is at the heart of this story?
And why was this an important one for you to tell?
It's not so much, I watch it when you say it's important. I don't want to get that kind of. It's a good story. It's a good movie. It's a good yarn. It's just some little school way off in the corner that I never heard of, who goes up against the big guys, and people like the underdog. It's like the Cinderella. Everybody likes the underdog, so it's an underdog story.
What do you love most?
I'm loving it all. I learned a lot. The opportunity to work with these great young actors, and Forrest Whitaker, and I love making movies. So the whole experience for me is a great experience.
How would you describe your style as a director?
I have no style. I just steal from the best.
Did you learn anything about becoming a better debater? Anything that you didn't know about?
I wouldn't have been a good debater to begin with.
No?
I don't know. I don't. What did I learn about it? Debating. We all have our opinions.
Yeah.
I think we all debate anyway. I don't know if I'm any better at it. But I think as actors, we practice persuasion anyway.
Right.
So, in fact, our young kids, I set up a camp for them at Texas Southern University, one of the best debating teams in the country. So I talked to the head debate coach there, Dr. Freeman, and we set up a camp for the kids. And our actors had to go to classes, and they had to learn to debate, and they actually debated against the Texas Southern freshman-sophomore team. And according to my actors, they said they won.
Oh, of course.
I would expect them to, because they are the better performers.
This movie is about the power of words. I wanted to know if there's any particular speech or anything that was particularly impactful for you for your life.
I remember, obviously, Martin Luther King speaks. Oddly enough, too, I remember Douglas MacArthur's speech when he retired. I don't know why, because I was at my Cub Scout den mother's house, and he was on. Something about they don't die, they just fade away or something. Remember that speech?
Old soldiers never die.
Never die, yeah. So, there are those moments you remember.
Well, yeah. I don't know why.
How was working with Oprah? Was she super hands-on?
No, Oprah was very supportive, but, Oprah was not involved every day to day. She has a great production, I don't know what her title is, president of production, Kate Forte, who I worked with day to day. Todd Black and myself and Kate, and Oprah was there and available, on the phone when she's got a couple other things she's got to do. She couldn't just hang out with us in Louisiana and Texas.
This time of year, movies about inspiration and hope are so popular. What sets this movie apart?
I think it's a perfect, and I'm glad the Harvey Weinstein Company realized that this is the perfect Christmas movie. It's ultimately winning, upbeat. It's the trials and tribulations these young kids go through, and it's just brilliant performances by these four young people.
Would you say you're having a good year?
Every year's a good year for me. I mean, I'm alive, healthy and happy. So that's a good year for me.
You directed Antoine Fisher, and now this several years later. Is it easier this time around, or were you more comfortable?
I was more comfortable, more prepared. Now I know what to do. I think we'll see. No, it turned out all right.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
A New Year's resolution also?